last year.
Yeah, really fast kid. Look for him. Look for Louisville to try to get him the ball in space. The kid could absolutely fly, but he is a true freshman, so we got to see how he handles playing some big boy college football.
Smith with the kickoff. And Louisville will start their first drive at their own 25. Tyler Shough, his era begins here at Louisville. As I mentioned, Oregon previously for a couple of years. Backed up Justin Herbert, got some starts there after he left, and then Texas Tech the last couple of years. Injury-riddled history, but certainly a young man with a lot of talent.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent on this offense for Louisville, George, so I think they're going to be able to protect him a little bit better, and hopefully he doesn't have injuries because of it.
Empty backfield. Turner now back in the backfield. Peay showing blitz. Austin Peay. As they hand off to Turner on the right side, he's got a crease, and he's going to get into the second level near midfield at the 46-yard line. A great start for Louisville, a 26-yard gain, tackle made by Jesse Johnson III.
Amazing off-tackle play just to get those big boys up front. A nice feel for it. In training camp, you tend to hit your same guys every single day. Now you can tell Louisville's guys up front are tired of that, firing off the ball and creating a nice crease for Maurice Turner.
Maurice Turner, the third string back last year to Isaac Garendo and Jawar Jordan, picks up the first down after the 26-yard gain. Louisville marching quickly. Shough, quick toss to the left side to Chris Bell. Sheds a tackler down the sideline and taken down near the 30-yard line. Chris Bell with a 24-yard gain, and Louisville moving it as we speak.
Tyler Shough does a great job of holding the safety, but Chris Bell understands that he has a lot of cushion, so great job running a nice curl route and then turning up the field and exploding to pick up some yards after the catch.
Sammy Anderson Jr. missed that tackle there for Austin Peay at the 30. Play action. Shough under pressure, throws it to the boundary. It's complete there to Ja'Cory Brooks. Should be enough for another first down. Sammy Anderson pushes him out of bounds.
Move the pocket things. That's something that they didn't have here at Louisville last year. Tyler Shough throws the ball really, really well with moving the pocket. So a nice job by Louisville. Look for them to continue to try to use that play as the game goes along.
Ja'Cory Brooks, the Alabama transfer. Dwayne Martin checks in at fullback for Louisville. You see him to the right of Tyler Shough. Brooks in motion. They hand it off to Turner. Turner wrapped up after a 1-yard gain. Deontay Hunter with the tackle for Austin Peay.
Great job by Deontay Hunter, not getting fooled by the window dressing of the play with Louisville. They're going to have a lot of different motions, a lot of guys running all over the field offensively, but Deon Hunter keyed in and made a great tackle right there.
Second and 9 for Louisville. Another handoff to Turner. Spins out of trouble briefly, but wrapped up. He'll lose a yard there. Bo Spearman first on the scene for Austin Peay.
Bo Spearman made an exceptional tackle right there, but the play all started with Jose Knifley being able to beat the left tackle Monroe Mills for Louisville right there.
Donald Chaney checks in for the first time, the transfer from the University of Miami at tailback. Chaney, redshirt junior from Homestead, Florida. 3rd and 11 for Louisville. Jamari Johnson in motion, the tight end, into the slot. Shough with plenty of time. Delivers on time. It is caught. Ja'Cory Brooks picks up a nice chunk of change there, 8 yards. So it'll be 4th and 3, and Louisville will send out the kicking team. Brock Travelstead will come out for them.
An exceptional job on that last 3rd down. Big down, right? Money down. Getting off the field for Austin Peay, mucking it up and creating some confusion at the line of scrimmage.
A 30-yard attempt for Travelstead. Travelstead, a long of 53 last season, 17 of 24 overall. The kick is up, and it is good. So Louisville strikes first with the field goal from Travelstead, a 30-yarder. Let's see if Austin Peay can answer on the other side here in the Derby City.
For everyone from players to parents, football offers
hoping his team can answer Louisville's drive of 7 plays, 62 yards, 4 minutes and 12 seconds off the clock, and culminated in a 30-yard field goal. Travelstead kicks it off, and Austin Peay will begin their drive at the 25-yard line.
Austin Peay last year did a lot of tempo. It's going to be very interesting to see what system head coach Jeff Ferris and company implement for them.
And Mason Garcia, the transfer from East Carolina, he's a big kid. When you talk to the Austin Peay coaches, they'll tell you he's got as good an arm as anyone in the country. 6'5", 240. Empty backfield for Austin Peay to start. Garcia rolls out to the boundary. Incomplete. Lavelle Wright, the Kentucky transfer, the tailback was split out, and he could not hang on.
Yeah, you got to have that if you're Lavelle Wright, because tips and overthrows, you got to get those. That's when bad plays happen. You got to be able to catch it first time in and bring it in to find success for your football team.
O'Shawn Allison at tailback gets into the slot to the left of Garcia on 2nd and 10. Garcia flings it incomplete as Jaden Barnes, A.J. Barnes as they call him, couldn't hang on there. Quincy Riley in coverage. Quincy Riley, one of the elite corners in all of the nation.
He shows you as he comes into the left of your screen why he's so elite. He's able to look at the wide receiver and convert moving forward right away and get his hand on that football to force it incomplete. 3rd and
10 for Austin Peay. They don't want to live here, that's for sure. Garcia drops back, pressure coming, tries to escape and taken down. A sack for Louisville. Tamarian McDonald from the secondary, the free safety comes in with the pressure, and Ashton Gelati, the preseason All-American, finishes the job.
Yeah, Gelati gets back there first, and then the free safety, McDonald's able to come and clean it up. Great rush for only having 3 defensive linemen out there for Louisville.
Stallman with the punt. Picked up. Louisville on the run. Quincy Riley into Austin Peay territory near the 30-yard line. A 39-yard punt, 30-yard return for Quincy Riley. Not only is he great in the secondary, but you see the return skills there.
If you're head coach Jeff Brom, you gotta feel very confident with this team. Normally you're relying on your offense and defense, but when special teams can show up and have an impact on the game, you're feeling really good about yourself. A heck of a job by Quincy Riley catching that ball on the run and turning up the field.
Donald Chaney checks in the backfield to the left of Tyler Shough. Deep in Austin Peay territory. 1st and 10. Quick toss there over the middle. It is complete. And near the first down marker should be enough. Yes, it is. First down, Louisville. Ja'Cory Brooks, another catch for Brooks, an 11-yard gain.
You're seeing why Tyler Shough was highly sought after for this coaching staff. He understands the defense. Right now, Austin Peay is playing off coverage. They're in zone, so he's just picking it apart. It's going to be very interesting to see what adjustments are made by this team.
1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. Shough changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Austin Peay comes with the blitz. Shough wants it all to the end zone. Jump ball, incomplete. Chris Bell couldn't haul it in. Sammy Anderson with some good coverage there for Austin Peay.
Sammy Anderson, unbelievable job finding the football in the air. Tyler Shough is going to try to test this defense today and let his wide receivers go up and get it. But Sammy Anderson Jr. gets his head around and is able to make a play on that football.
2nd and 10. That was the first incompletion for Shough. He's 4 of 5 to start the game for 54 yards. Shough, play action, pressure coming, and just throws it away. No one in the area, though. Jesse Johnson III with the QB pressure. Was he out of the tackle box is the question, and they'll say yes.
Your defensive coordinator, Trip Weaver on Austin Peay, you got to be feeling really good. You've been able to blitz a lot early in this game and really confuse the offense for Louisville, creating some free runners.
3rd and 10 for Louisville. Couldn't punch it in on their first drive. Trying to pick up the first down here to keep the chains moving. Shough with plenty of time. Shough sidearms one. It is caught by Jamari Johnson near the 10-yard line. Down to the 9. A big first down for the redshirt freshman Jamari Johnson, who looks like one of those guys when you see get off the bus that you don't want to mess with. A 12-yard gain.
This is why Tyler Shough has been brought here. Jamari Johnson does a great job of staying alive when the play breaks down, and Tyler Shough keeps his eyes down the field. A great first down.
1st and goal from the 9. Thompson in motion. Play action. Shough under pressure. Throws it off his back foot. In the end zone. Touchdown. Ja'Cory Brooks. A 9-yard pitch and catch from Tyler Shough to Ja'Cory Brooks. A flag on the play, though.
Holding. Defense. The penalty's declined. Resulting play is a touchdown.
Holding on the defense. Penalty decline. A touchdown for Ja'Cory Brooks from Bradenton, Florida. Previously of the Crimson Tide, paying dividends early, Orlando.
That's what you got to love about this wide receiver room. The talent that you've brought in, but also guys having a great feel for a second-year offense. Ja'Cory Brooks shows you how tough he is with putting his hands up and snatching that one out of the air.
5 plays, 33 yards, 1:36 seconds off the clock. Travelstead for the extra point is up and good as he splits the uprights. Louisville up double digits early.
Quarterback Tyler Shough shows you how elite he is by staying in there under pressure and delivering a strike down the field for a touchdown.
Travelstead kicks it off into the end zone, fielded by Corey Richardson. And Austin Peay will begin their next drive at the 25-yard line. Our Week 1 ACC Network College Football lineup rolls on next with Syracuse hosting Ohio, and in prime time, Georgia Tech hosts Georgia State with Wes Durham and Tom Luganville on the call there. We cap off Week 1 Monday night with a Command Center presentation of Boston College and Florida State with 4 different camera angles, real-time player, team, and stats. So Austin Peay and Mason Garcia, their second drive. O'Shawn Allison is in the backfield with him. Down 10 already. Allison gets taken down immediately as he tries to get through the hole. Renee Conga takes him down. That thing closed quickly.
I like the window dressing of offensive coordinator Quinn Billerman, but look for these. In order to find success, you got to get the ball to the perimeter as fast as possible.
Second down for Austin Peay. Garcia with time over the middle. It is complete. Jaden Barnes just shy of the first down, about 2 more yards to go. They're moving quickly. They hand off to Allison, bounces off a couple of tacklers, and he is right at the line to gain. Tamarian McDonald wrestles him down. They're going to give him the first down, so Austin Peay on the move.
O'Shawn Allison does a great job of being able to cut that back and be patient to go pick up the first down for his team.
Garcia moving fast. He's got room rolling to his left. He's going to take the room and run with it. Bounces off a defender and goes out of bounds. MJ Griffin, welcome back MJ Griffin, by the way, after missing all of last season. A 5-yard gain for Garcia.
Mason Garcia shows you just how big he is and the toughness that he brings to this Austin Peay offense. Able to bounce MJ Griffin right off of him and continue to run it to get to out of bounds.
Garcia has tons of confidence now. He's a little gun-shy coming into the program after a tough time at East Carolina. Play action, pressure coming. Garcia steps up. He's wrapped up. Sacked there by Tamarion McDonald, his second sack of the game. Actually, it's not going to be a sack. It's a 1-yard gain. Check that. So Garcia able to salvage that a little bit there.
Defensive coordinator Rod English mixing it up, throwing the kitchen sink in Austin Peay early in this game. Safety blitzes, linebacker blitzes, and a lot of movement up front, really tested this Austin Peay offense.
3rd and 8 for Garcia and company. The line to gain is the 46. Bowen Sims in motion, trips to the right. Garcia, pressure coming, taken down by Ashton Gelati. Pressure there by Tramel Logan, and Gelati finishes the deal.
When you have a big-time football school going against an FCS team, that's the big difference that you're going to see. The offensive line going against the defensive line. These guys from Louisville up front are just too strong, too powerful, and too quick.
6 total yards for Austin Peay thus far. Louisville with 95. Jaden Thompson set to receive the Stallman punt. Thompson will let it bounce. It takes a Louisville bounce, and they wrap it up at the 46-yard line. Austin Scoglin, the backup tight end, falls on it. Louisville, their 3rd drive coming up. They lead by 10.
Got here. They even adjusted the spring schedule, didn't miss any of practice, but Coach Brom told us, yeah, the honeymoon, that's going to have to wait till later.
Yeah, no question, Morgan. The man's got priorities. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Kewan Brown gets his first carry, 8 yards. Deion Hunter tackles him out of bounds.
You got to be really excited about this running back room. Guys are breaking tackles out there, running with a full head of steam.
2nd and 2. The pistol formation. Brown again finds a big hole up the middle and then pushing the pile past the 40-yard line to the 41-yard line. A first down. Davion Hood with the tackle after the 7-yard gain for Louisville. And Isaac Brown, the true freshman from Homestead, Florida, checks in for the first time at tailback. Kewan Brown also in the backfield with him. They hand off to Kewan Brown on the right side, finds a hole and gets out of bounds. Picks up a big chunk of yardage there. 8-yard gain. Good block there by Austin Collins and Rasheed Miller for Louisville.
More and more in college football, you're seeing offensive coordinators, play callers go to the 2 running backs in the backfield. It allows you to create split flow action and really confuse a defense because you know that both of those guys can get the ball on any single play.
2 tight ends out there at the moment for Louisville. About 2.5 yards to go for the first down. Brooks in motion. Shough keeps it, now pitches it. Jamari Johnson picks up the first down as he gets taken down inside the 25 down to the 24. Jaden Lyles gets him down after an 8-yard gain.
Love the play call by Coach Jeff Brom right here. Jamari Johnson's going to go in motion, running underneath, and his eyes are on Tyler Shough all the way. A nice, easy pitch out to get the big tight end out in space to showcase some of his athletic ability.
Isaac Brown split out wide here, the true freshman. Shough sidearms one, complete in the slot. Down inside, or just shy actually of the 15-yard line. Isaac Brown, a 9-yard gain. They're getting the true freshman some work.
Exceptional play call by Coach Jeff Brom. knowing that you're going to throw a quick slip screen to the young running back, true freshman Isaac Brown, and get a convoy of people out in front of him to get downhill.
2nd and 1 for Louisville. Fullback checks in. Dwayne Martin. And Brown gets a carry. Gets the first down as he gets near the 10 down to the 11-yard line. Gain of 4.
I like these type of play calls that we're seeing right now. Go outside, then come back inside. So you allow guys to get out into space, but then you allow your offensive line to be as physical as possible to get downhill, running in between the tackles.
2 tight ends set for Louisville, Nate Kariski and Mark Redmond. Redmond, the San Diego State transfer. And Isaac Brown in the backfield. Shough, play action. Floats one to Brooks. Brooks catches it on the screen and down near the 10. So a short gain there of 1. Jaden Lyles brings him down. They'll give him 2 on that one. Down to the 9.
Exceptional job by these defensive backs for Austin Peay. Just keeping contained, not allowing these wide receivers for Louisville to get to the outside. If you get on the outside, there's a lot of daylight. But great job by Austin Peay staying home and forcing guys back inside where your help was at.
First quarter winding down, under 45 seconds. Isaac Brown behind Shough in the pistol formation. The give is to Brown, right up the gut and inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line. Dorian Davis with the big stick there.
Just a mismatch right up in the middle. Big 68 Gonzalez is able to climb up to the 2nd level immediately and to create a nice hole for Isaac Brown.
6-yard gain for Brown. Maurice Turner checks back in. A hockey line change here defensively for Austin Peay.
Want to get those guys fresh, right? Anytime that you could sub, you're outmatched on the front line.
That's the end of the first quarter. Timeout on the
That'll
field.
do it for the first quarter. Louisville up 10 and knocking on the door.
Back Mason Garcia.
Yeah, they're really, really good. We feel good about our unit up front. We just got to settle in and play better. There's some things. We just got to play our brand of football, Austin Peay football. I think we'll be fine.
What is your brand of Austin Peay football?
Tough, tenacious together, doing it together as one unit. We're a connected football team. That's how we're going to have to come back here from 10-0.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Orlando, I'll ask you about that protection in just a moment as you were an NFL offensive lineman, but Louisville lining up with Shough under center. I formation. Keywan Brown in the backfield. You got the fullback Martin in there as well. And they hand it off to Brown on the left side. Trying to push the pile, keeps the legs moving. Can they get in? They do! A touchdown for Louisville. 16-0. What an excellent display of power there by Keywan Brown.
Dear Coach Jeff Brom, you want to run to that left side of the line as much as possible behind Mills and Gonzalez. Keywan Brown does an exceptional job of keeping his feet alive, but you love to see when the offensive linemen get behind it. You tell those guys, George, if you score with your guy, we will score. So if you're able to push your guy in the end zone, good things will happen. And that's what we just saw right there.
Rasheed Miller, number 60, with a little bit of the tush push on Keywan Brown there to make sure he got into the end zone. Travelstead, the extra point is up and good. That makes it 17-0 Louisville. 10 plays, 54 yards, 5 minutes, 7 seconds off the clock, and a 4-yard run capped off by Keywan Brown. Tonight at 6:30 Eastern, the ACC Huddle Crew will be back with highlights and complete breakdowns of all the afternoon games. And they'll get you ready for Georgia State, Georgia Tech, fresh off a big victory against FSU last week, and that's at 8 Eastern. Then after the game, they'll have a full post-game show to wrap up the night.
Shout out to our guy doing the push-ups in the stands. It could be a little unstable right there when guys are holding you up, but he was able to get it done.
Well, it's a 3-score game now. This is a big drive for Austin Peay, Orlando.
Got to get the ball out of Mason Garcia's hands as fast as possible. Very interested to see what they do here on the third drive. First drive, they spreaded it out. Second drive, they ran a little bit more traditional with a running back in the backfield. Let's see if they go back to what they did on the first drive and really spreading this thing out and trying to get the ball in their playmakers' hands.
Travelstead will kick it off to either Copeland or Richardson awaiting the kick. I do want to ask you about the protection here in just a moment after the kick. And he boots it into the end zone. So what did you make of what Jeff Ferris was talking about with Morgan about the protection for Mason Garcia?
I loved it because the offensive line is what's going to keep you in this game or allow you to find success offensively. You got to get to those quick three-step drops for Mason Garcia, really spreading it out and getting the ball in your playmakers' hands if you're Austin Peay.
Anything else the lineman can do?
Well, when you go three-step drop, George, you allow them to be a lot more physical, knowing that you don't have to hold up long in protection, and you can really take the fight to that defensive line for Louisville.
1st and 10 from the 25. They hand it off. Not much there. A brick wall is what Lavelle Wright ran into.
An interesting way to run counter right here, having Alec Pell motion in from the outside to try to lead up into the middle of that line. But if I'm Austin Peay, I'm going with some quick pitches to try to get to the edge and get these running backs downhill as quick as possible.
Dan Foster plugged the hole there for Louisville. 2nd and 10 for Garcia and company. Alec Pell, the tight end, in motion. Play action over the middle. Incomplete. Intended for Jade Nealon, the true freshman. Corey Thornton in coverage gets his paw in the way.
You know, Jade Nealon wants that one back. A little bit of traffic, but you got to be able to look that one in and secure the catch. Thornton with a great heads-up job of just getting his fingers out there to be able to get it on that football.
3rd and 10. They love Nealon. They want to make sure they get him plenty of playing time. They think he could be an instant contributor. As you see, he's got the body for sure. Garcia. And there's an easy flag there. Tramel Logan jumping off sides there.
Offside. Defense, number 19. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
And a line shift here as well defensively for Louisville as they get the 5-yard penalty and a more manageable situation on 3rd down for Mason Garcia. Thor Griffith checks in. The big defensive tackle transfer from Harvard, number 50. Garcia with time to the boundary. It is caught. Jaden Barnes picks up enough for the 1st down. And Austin Peay, after a 9-yard gain, moving the sticks.
Great job by Mason Garcia looking this one in, staring at Jaden Barnes all the way. Jaden Barnes able to create some separation and haul that one in.
And they're moving quickly. A toss to the boundary to Roman Copeland. A gain there of about 5.
That's what you want to see Austin Peay do more of. Get to the edges, those nice quick toss plays where you already create leverage and let your guys get downhill and just pick up as much yards as possible.
Garcia hands it off up the middle, pushing the pile a little bit. Lavelle Wright. And to your point, Orlando, they're moving a little faster.
Tempo always catches a defense off guard. So the more that you could run it and test your football team out as well, their knowledge and how much they've been in their playbook, the better off you're going to be. We saw Austin Peay find a lot of success last year running a lot of tempo. So nice to see them running it this year.
3rd and 4 for Austin Peay. Garcia in trouble, trying to get out there, throws it away smartly. Pressure there by Ashton Gelati. You saw that big man breathing down your neck. You had to get rid of it.
He does such a good job of keeping contained, but even on the plays that he does not keep contained, he's able to really chase it down, showing that speed that we saw last year, leading the ACC with sacks with 11 on the season. He's picking up right where he left off.
Austin Peay will punt here. Dominic Stallman to punt. Quincy Riley inside his 15 to receive. Spiraling kick. Riley will fair catch it at the 10-yard line. A 45-yard punt. And Louisville will begin their 4th drive at their own 10. Up 17-0.
This is Fubo TV. It's a better way to watch live news.
Cardinals leading against Austin Peay. Early here in the second quarter, Tyler Shough doing a nice job in his first start for the Louisville Cardinals. He's at the helm there. Isaac Brown, the true freshman, to his right. They hand off to Brown. Got room, gets to the outside. It's a foot race and out of bounds. Just past the 40-yard line to the 46. A 36-yard run for the true freshman, Isaac Brown from Homestead, Florida. A great block there by Jamari Johnson, the tight end.
Jamari Johnson comes in, a nice kick out, running the counter play. But Isaac Brown shows you why this coaching staff is excited about him, because the young man can absolutely fly, gets to the sidelines, and turns it up the field for a huge explosive run.
Louisville cooking already. Shough back there. Pressure coming. Throws one off his back foot and throws it away. Sails it over the head of his receiver. Pressure there by Dorian Davis of Austin Peay. We have a whistle. We have a player down for Austin Peay.
For injury.
KT Owens.
Here we go, Billy. Swing hard, buddy.
At Auto Owners Insurance, we know you.
Nothing. KT Owens was the injured man for Austin Peay. Walked off on his own power. Isaac Brown in the backfield with Shough. Shough play action all day. Delivers to the sidelines. Complete to Brooks at the 40. Dragging defenders past the 35-yard line and down to the 34. A big gain there. 20 yards for Brooks on the catch. Jesse Johnson III with the tackle.
Yeah, Jakari Brooks putting on a clinic right now in route running, understanding that Jesse Johnson just a little bit too far off in coverage, but eating up that space to make him hesitate and backpedal to create some space for Tyler Shough.
Last year, Jamari Thrash was the transfer who made a big impact for Louisville at the wide receiver position. They're hoping for big things from Brooks. So far, delivering. Handoff on the right side, and the turf monster got Isaac Brown there after a short gain of 1. Bo Spearman there.
You know that Isaac Brown wants that one back. Jeff Brown calls a play, has Big Mills pull around the corner and create some daylight. So you know Isaac Brown wants that one back.
Play action for Shough. Shough in trouble, fires to the end zone, wide open, touchdown! Jaden Thompson. Flag on the play. We'll see what the laundry's about. But a huge explosive play, 33 yards on the score. We'll see if it holds up.
Defense, penalties decline. Result of the play is a touchdown.
So the score holds 23-0 Louisville. Jaden Thompson, the senior from Chicago.
Quarterback Tyler Shough shows exactly why he's here, to throw that deep ball. Even with a lot of pressure around his legs, he's able to deliver a strike to Jaden Thompson. If he's even, he's leaving, and Jaden Thompson able to create some great separation on Jesse Johnson.
Travelstead, the extra point is up and good. 24-0. 5 plays, 90 yards, 1 minute 56 seconds off the clock.
Austin Peay's doing a great job of getting back there in the backfield. They're gonna have to match the intensity on the back end with these defensive backs and create some tighter coverage. But Tyler Shough does an unbelievable job of keeping his eyes down the field, hanging in there, understanding that he is going to get hit while throwing that deep ball so pretty, like he has always done over his 6-year college career so far, George.
And that's the reason Jeff Brom fell in love with Tyler Shough because this is Jeff Brom football. He wants the explosive plays. He wants to go down the field. Really, last year was an outlier where they had these two great backs that get drafted and go, for about 1,000 yards apiece or whatever it was. You have to go back to his early Western Kentucky days to see something like that. Most of the time, these Jeff Brom offenses are about scoring in bunches and scoring quickly, particularly with the deep ball.
And bringing in Tyler Shough, he throws that deep ball so effortlessly, and he's insanely accurate. You know how many quarterbacks would have threw that ball either 5 yards too far or 5 yards underthrown? In a situation like that, Tyler Shough shows his toughness sitting in there to deliver a strike.
Nick Keller kicks it through the end zone. Here's our first ACC Network women's volleyball match of the season. It should be a great one. SMU, welcome to the ACC. They host number 2 Nebraska. That's Tuesday at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. So 24-0 now. Still a lot of time here in the second quarter. If you're Austin Peay, this thing getting away from you fast at the moment. O'Shawn Allison in the backfield next to Mason Garcia. They hand it off to Allison up the middle, plunges forward for 2 yards.
With how talented this defense is and deep in depth, it's surprising to me that Austin Peay hasn't thrown in a screen to allow that first wave of defenders to get there and just kind of lob it over their head to create some space for these pass catchers for Mason Garcia.
2nd and 8. Garcia keeps. Plenty of room to run into the second level, picks up the first down as he's down to the 38-yard line. MJ Griffin takes him down after an 11-yard gain. They run quickly here back to the line of scrimmage. Garcia hands it off this time. Nowhere to go. A loss of 1. Ashton Gelati first on the scene. O'Shawn Allison couldn't get anywhere. Desmond Tell there as well.
On the previous play, Mason Garcia does a great job with the RPO, having a nice feel and keeping his eyes on the interior of the defense of Louisville, finding some daylight and exploding it.
2nd and 11. Play action for Garcia. Throws over the head of his intended target, Ramon Puryer. Had him open. 3rd and 11.
Ramon Puryer has to be able to sit down in a situation like that and expect his quarterback to get him the ball. You can tell that these guys are working on some chemistry things right here in week 1.
Austin Peay, 2 for 5 on 3rd downs thus far today. Garcia steps up in the pocket and gets taken down near the line of scrimmage. The original line of scrimmage, that is, and Tramel Logan, the man that dragged Garcia down. Garcia is down on the turf. That's not good news for Austin Peay. He's grabbing his right side.
On the field for injury.
Yeah, you hate to see it with as big and physical as Mason Garcia is. They're going against a defense that they're physical as well. What's nice about this Louisville defensive line this year, they're going to be able to rotate guys with the depth that they have up front, and they're doing a great job of collapsing the pocket.
Let's take a look at the play here as Garcia stepped up and, just fell awkwardly there.
Yeah, Tramel Logan does a great job of just not rushing the daylight, padding back and working his way over the top of the offensive lineman. But Mason Garcia, it just looks like he did just land a little awkwardly right there. You hope that he's okay.
Training staff out there, head coach Jeff Ferris checking in as well. Players on a knee. He immediately grabbed the right side of the upper part of his leg. Austin Smith, the backup quarterback whom Mason Garcia beat out, in a training camp battle, is warming up on the sideline at the moment for Austin Peay.
The good thing about week 1, George, is there was a quarterback battle for Austin Peay. So with Mason Garcia winning that, Austin Smith is a guy that's taken a lot of reps with this first team unit, so not a lot is going to change. You understand his cadence, you understand his rhythm, and how he speaks in the huddle for this offense.
Garcia walking off on his own power. That's positive for sure. And the Louisville crowd showing their appreciation to Garcia for getting up.
That's a big boy right there. You hope that he's okay. I know just the things that we've seen so far offensively, lots of RPOs, lots of reading the end man on the line of scrimmage or reading the middle of the defense. So hopefully, he gets checked out, but hopefully he's not lost for a long period of time for this Austin Peay offense.
4 possessions, 4 punts for Austin Peay. Stallman will punt it. He is waiting to receive at his own 24. Quincy Riley at his own 20 for Louisville. So Stallman waiting to receive the snap. And it's blocked. Louisville recovers it for the moment. And either way, they're going to have great field position at their own 35, whether they recovered it or not. Devin Neal with the block. And this thing is falling apart for Austin Peay, and Louisville is starting to feel it early here as they lead 24-0.
Louisville getting closer and closer and is able to get back there, sending the kitchen sink to tip that one up in the air and create great field position for their offense coming back.
Louisville after the block punt, the first for Devin Neal of his career. Maurice Turner takes the handoff, making guys miss, and the turf monster got him.
Maurice just trying to get his feet underneath him. He was the scat back for this football team last year, and you see how explosive he is. But man, the athletic ability to be able to really stop on a dime and curve that thing all the way back. As a former offensive lineman, you love a running back like that shows patience, but is able to really read the backside of his blocks as well.
2nd and 2 on the 8-yard gain from Turner on that run. I mentioned Devin Neal with the punt block, his first of his career, and the first for Louisville since November of last year against Virginia. Shough, play action, quick toss, out to the boundary. Kataris Hicks gets the first down as he's out of bounds inside down to the 21-yard line. There's Mason Garcia being carted off after taking that hit on that run earlier, the starting quarterback for Austin Peay.
Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully he's not lost for the season or anything like that.
First and 10 for Louisville. Hicks in motion. Almost runs into his own man. All day for Shough. End zone! Touchdown! Mark Redmond, the San Diego State transfer. A 21-yard strike from Shough to Redmond. And it's 30-0 Louisville.
Great protection by this offensive line, keeping Tyler Shough upright. But Tyler just manipulating the defense, surveying the whole entire secondary, and is able to find Mark Redmond. What you're seeing is very impressive because it's easy to get on the same page with wide receivers. It's hard to get down that timing when you start looking at the different tight ends, and Louisville has a lot of them. Mark Redmond shows you that he's able to create some space as well and go up and get it.
9th play of 10 yards or more for Louisville thus far. That drive, 3 plays, 35 yards, a minute 27 off the clock. Brock Travelstead for the extra point. And it is good. 31-0. The Cardinals. Tyler Shough lighting it up today.
He's doing a really good job of getting multiple guys involved in the passing game. Man, the deep ball is just so accurate when you see him. It's almost like he understands each and every pass catcher in this offense, which is really impressive because he just got here this past spring.
And a great over-the-shoulder catch by Redmond. Shough has hit 6 different receivers thus far in this game. And he's a grown man, okay? This guy's married, as we talked about earlier. Went down to San Diego. They were able to kind of move around spring camp for him to be able to get married. And
they got 3 days, right? No honeymoon.
3 days,
just
no
got
honeymoon.
3 days.
Honeymoon after the season.
Yeah, you do the honeymoon in January somewhere.
He's got tons of experience. While he's only got 20 starts under his belt before today, that's still a good number. And he's just been around. He's seen a lot. He's been around the college game for 6 seasons prior to today.
Yeah, he's had to learn a lot of different playbooks, a lot of different terminologies, and he's approached it as a pro would with getting on the same page and creating chemistry.
Keller kicks it through the end zone. Austin Peay will start at their own 25-yard line. And, you know, Shough as a leader, they talked about how in January, we talked to the staff, the Louisville staff, they said, hey, we're out there recruiting in January. He got the guys together. He was working it out with those guys to get that chemistry down well before spring camp started.
Yeah, that's what you want to see out of your quarterback. When we're not around as a coaching staff, what are you doing to get better?
Austin, I'm sorry, go ahead, Orlando.
No, it's been very nice to hear that Tyler Shough has approached it from a pro's pro aspect as soon as he got here.
Austin Smith, the backup quarterback, in now with Mason Garcia injured. Play action, he's going to keep it. Picks up about 1.5 yards. Green on the tackle there.
Interesting that Austin Peay goes with the run, goes with the passing play for Austin Smith immediately. You know, typically you want to get him settled. This is a first-time game in this offense. You want to just hand off the ball, get him something nice and easy.
The Eastern Michigan transfer. They told us, though, they like both quarterbacks. Again, a good camp battle there. Catch there on the boundary by Jaden Barnes, picks up the first down. Tavion Nicholson brings him down after a 14-yard gain.
You're constantly seeing number 10, Jaden Barnes, get open in this Louisville backfield. You could tell he's one of the better wide receivers for Austin Peay, understanding defenses and just turning around to hook up for a nice, easy throw for Austin Smith to go get a first down.
When we talked to Coach Ferris, he told us he's as dynamic as they come. They'll play him all over the field. O'Shawn Allison able to push forward for a few yards to the 43-yard line. 3-yard gain. Juriente Davis on the tackle for Louisville.
Yeah, Lavelle Wright showing some patience right there, being able to take advantage of the backside and pick up 3.
Second and 7. Quincy Riley, the all-world corner for Louisville, out of the game at the moment. Austin Smith takes off. He's going to pick up the first down and dives forward as he gets into Louisville territory to the 47-yard line. A 10-yard gain.
Austin Smith coming in immediately and bringing some tempo to this Austin Peay offense. Almost like he has a play clock in his head. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, nobody's there, pulling it down, getting north and south. Gotta love that. Look for him to continue to do that as this game goes along.
He brings a little bit of a different element. Mason Garcia is mobile, but he's bigger. Smith, a little more compact, more speed. Smith in trouble, dumps it down. Finds his man. Lavelle Wright gets out of bounds at the 45, a short gain there of 3.
Great job understanding where his outlet is and finding Lavelle Wright right there as Louisville was in the backfield creating pressure. Don't take unnecessary hits, right? You're already at your second quarterback. We're in the second quarter of this football game. A great play by Austin Smith right there.
They'll give him 2 yards. It's 2nd and 8. Lavelle Wright in the backfield, the Kentucky transfer. Was dealing with a hip injury coming into camp. They nursed him, rehabbed him, And now he's ready to go. He takes the toss there on the outside. Can he turn the corner? Not really. 1 yard gain. 3rd and 7 upcoming.
Great heads-up play by Corey Thornton, staying at home, not being fooled. But I want Austin Peay to continue to do plays like this. I know that you didn't gain a lot of yards, but you're able to quickly get your wide receivers or your pass catchers or running backs in space and try to expose Louisville's defense by setting the edge and getting upfield or running to an angle to that sideline.
O'Shawn Allison back in the backfield. Smith in trouble, taken down and sacked. Jared Dawson brings him down. A 4-yard, several yard loss on the play, 4th sack of the game.
Dawson brings him down, but 41, Raymond is able to get the initial pressure back there for Louisville. This is going to be a great season for this Louisville defense with the depth that they've been able to create on this defense. Talking to Coach Rod English, DC, he said, we're going to have to chart plays for some guys because we're so good defensively and have so many guys that could play.
Quincy Riley lets it bounce into the end zone. And Louisville will begin their next drive at the 20, a 49-yard punt for Austin Peay. Here's Tyler Shough and his highlights for the day.
Just doing a really good job understanding and having a good feel for this offense. Buying time, and you're seeing constantly throw that deep ball. Everybody that he's thrown the deep ball to so far, it's been in their catch radius. You love to see that because this young man is only going to get better from here on out.
You think this has got to be Tyler Shough's last drive, right?
I'm surprised he's out there right now, George, to be honest with you. Defensively, Louisville has came out and brought the fight to Austin Peay. So I'm surprised, being up by 31 points, that he's still out there right now.
Play action, quick bubble screen to Ja'Cory Brooks. He's got the outside, still on the move, and tackled out of bounds at the 41-yard line by Jaden Lyles. A 21-yard gain by the Alabama transfer.
Gotta love plays like this where you allow the big fellas to get out there on the outside. Monroe Mills, number 71, just gets out there and he's able to just unleash as much havoc as possible on a smaller guy in the cornerback position.
7 catches, 83 yards for Ja'Cory Brooks here in the first half. Career high for Brooks. It's tied for his career high 7 catches. Remember, he played with Bryce Young at Alabama. Shough with plenty of time. Deep ball down the field. Over the head of his intended target, Brooks. And the crowd wanted a flag as Ellis Jr. was in coverage.
This is the 2-minute timeout.
2-minute timeout.
Timeout on the field.
Louisville trying to put one more score on the board here before the end of the first half.
Good morning, everybody.
Danny, what do you do?
Halftime report live from Atlanta. They'll have some info on all the games in action. Georgia leading Clemson right now 6-0. Tech losing 17-0 at Vandy. And of course a preview of Miami and Florida and first half analysis of this game as well as Taylor Tenenbaum, EJ Manuel, and Eddie Royal will have you covered at the half. George Sedano, Orlando Franklin, Morgan Uber here. Tyler Shough sidearms one. And his receiver down just past the 45-yard line, Jaden Thompson. Dorian Davis with the tackle.
I like that play call by Jeff Brown. Go empty and now just get it out to your guys in space. Jaden Thompson has 2 wide receivers right in front of him, able to pick up some nice easy blocks and not putting Tyler Shough in harm's way of taking an unnecessary hit.
Donald Chaney in the backfield. He gets out to a pattern and they find him right at the 50. Chaney heads to the sideline and initiates contact to the 37-yard line. First down there after the 17-yard gain.
A quick, easy read as you see Tyler Shough looking down the field, surveying it, comes back to find Chaney, and Chaney just using his speed and just showing that I live in the weight room too, right? With a little bit of oomph at the end of that play right there.
Missed tackle by Jose Knifley Jr., all UAC players, second team. Louisville over 300 yards here in the first half. Shough. Play action. Got time. Got a man. Incomplete. Jaden Thompson, the intended target. Jesse Johnson, the third, in coverage. Did a nice job there.
A rare miss right there for Tyler Shough, but an exceptional job by Jesse Johnson being right there on Jaden Thompson to force that incomplete.
Tyler Shough has 3 touchdowns in the first half. That's the second most for a Louisville player starting in his first game at quarterback. Tie the Cardinals legend Browning Nagel.
He's got a chance with 1:18 left.
Shough dumps it down, incomplete, intended for Donald. Shough now 16 of 22 for 219 yards in those 3 TDs.
And that's where you're going to need to see Tyler Shough take the next step in the short intermediate passes. A little bit of a sidearm where Chaney cannot handle it. I think he almost lost him a little bit with those big fellas trying to get out in front of him to create a convoy for a screen. But love the play call. Look for them to get back to that at some point in the second half.
3rd and 10 for Shough and company. Chaney back there with him. Shough, pressure coming right at him. He spins away for the moment, but taken down near the 45-yard line. Dion Hunter gets the sack.
Coach Trip Weaver, defensive coordinator, is doing a great job just attacking the left side of your screen. You see that Dion Hunter coming downhill as fast as possible. Shough right there, got his eyes to him, but number 9 is able to come and clean it up right there at the end.
So a timeout. 4th down here. What do you do if you're Jeff Brom? You're in kind of no man's land still at the 45-yard line. Do you go for it?
No, you don't want to give them opportunity and give them momentum in a situation like this. I'm punting the ball.
Give Austin Peay momentum?
Yeah, hey, any type of momentum. Maybe they right here.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I'm just asking, they haven't been able to move the ball very well.
No, absolutely, but a turnover, right? A change of possession. That is a momentum, a confidence booster for a football team. If I'm Louisville, I'm just punting the football.
They are punting it. First time Louisville hasn't scored on a drive today. 6 drives, 5 scores. Brady Hodges set to punt. Roman Copeland to receive it at his own 10. Look at that guy. He's enjoying the home opener. And Copeland lets it go over his head. Oh, and Louisville tries to down it, but it'll be a touchback. And Austin Peay will begin its next drive at the 20-yard line after the 46-yard punt. Let's check in with Morgan.
Austin Peay quarterback Mason Garcia is officially out for the remainder of this game, guys. He was carted off earlier in this second quarter, got x-rays on his hip, and this is a team that this entire team rallied around. He was voted captain by his teammates and really had a lot of confidence coming into this game, and lots of players checking on him when he was inside that injury tent. A real big loss for this Austin Peay offense, guys.
Yeah, it's a tough one for the young man for sure. Austin Smith at quarterback with time over the middle, fires and connects with Jay Nealon, the true freshman, down to the 34-yard line. A first down after a gain of 14.
Jade Nealon showing you that big body frame, using all of it to haul that one in.
Smith again with time. Can't find anyone, dumps it down to his back. O'Shawn Allison, he lowers the shoulder. Picks up a modest gain there. Nice job.
A nice, tough, physical catch, run after the catch for O'Shawn Allison right there.
5-yard gain, 2nd and 5. 33 seconds on the clock. Smith to the boundary, picked off! And it's going to be down the sideline, and Austin Smith takes him down. The interception by TJ Capers, the linebacker, read it all the way. A 30-yard interception return as he gets taken down inside the 20.
Great heads-up play by TJ Capers, looking at the quarterback, Austin Smith, the whole entire time. You haven't had a deep threat offensively for Austin Peay, so TJ Capers is able to look this one in, even covering a smaller guy like Ramon Copeland Jr. He's able to catch this one clean and steal a possession for this Louisville offense before half.
The question is, will Tyler Shough come out? He will.
Hey, Coach Debra might understand that there's a record at stake here. You might be able to tie it right here, with 25 seconds left. But in this situation, you do want your starting quarterback out there to try to gain some points before the half.
Yeah, timeout, Louisville, because the game clock was
Louisville,
winding down.
First of the half, going to be 30 seconds.
Play clock also winding down on them as well. So, if you're Louisville, you said you wanted to see Tyler Shough in this situation. Why? What is it? What's so special about this situation that you want to get him these reps?
You're in the red area. You're going to be in the red area a lot this year. Knowing that you're playing a team like Austin Peay and you have a physical advantage on the offensive defensive line, what you don't have an advantage of is the skill position. The windows here are tighter, so you want to see if Tyler Shough could identify the defense, identify who he's going to with the football, and fit it in a very tight window to see if you could score before half.
Our Week 1 ACC Network College Football lineup rolls on. Next with Syracuse hosting Ohio. Chris Cotter, Mark Herzlich on the call there. And in prime time, Wes Durham and Tom Luganville will have Georgia Tech hosting Georgia State. We capped Week 1 Monday night with a Command Center presentation of BC and Florida State. 4 different camera angles and real-time player and team stats. 1st and 10 here for Louisville. Shough. Pressure coming his backside. He throws it out to his tailback. And taken down near the 5-yard line is Maurice Turner. Jesse Johnson III with the tackle. He'll be a couple yards shy of the first down with 12 seconds left. Louisville takes another timeout.
Timeout, Louisville. Their second of the half. It'll be 30 seconds. Clock operator, please add 13 seconds to the play clock.
Maurice Turner picking up right where he left off last year, starting that last play to the right of Tyler Shough, surveying the blitz at the second level, trying to see exactly what's going on. The patience that you're able to have when you're in a second year of an offense. Tyler Shough knowing exactly where Turner is going to end up and knowing that that's the fail-safe in a situation like that if you don't like the throws to the end zone. Nice positive play right there from Louisville's offense.
9 different receivers for Louisville today have caught passes from Tyler Shough. And, we mentioned Shuck's leadership right out of the gate here in January when he got here. Was rehabbing his leg injury as he broke his leg last season. Took the wide receivers out to play paintball, and of course the offensive linemen out to eat, Orlando.
You gotta take the big boys out to eat, right? We don't care about paintball and all the other things. Anytime you could feed the big boys up front, you're gonna have a happy offensive line.
2nd and 2, so they can still get a first down. They're at the 5. Turner in motion. Shough over the middle. Wide open, Jaden Thompson. Touchdown. 5-yard pitch and catch from Shough to Thompson. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. And 4th for Shough, so he does tie Browning-Nagel. Most touchdowns for a first-time starter at quarterback in Louisville this year.
Just a beautiful play call. You got 3 wide receiver, you got 3 pass catchers to the right. You motion Maurice Turner out of the backfield to the right as well to kind of capture the eyes of the defense. And right there, you're able to see Thompson, nice little underneath route. A great throw by Tyler Shough as well, knowing that you're throwing over the middle of the field.
Travelstead, the extra point is up and good. 2 plays, 13 yards, 15 seconds off the clock, off an interception earlier by TJ Capers. And it is 38-0 as we get ready for the end of the first half.
Capers with a huge interception, a gift to the offense, and the offense rewards him by getting into the end zone right before half.
That was an easy toss from Shough to Jaden Thompson. And Ja'Cory Brooks and Jaden Thompson have been fed today for sure in the passing game.
They're doing some things that are really, really special offensively for Louisville. understanding how to create confusion by lining 3 guys up to one side. Usually off of that, you're going to have some kind of guy coming underneath in a crossing pattern, and you hope that you're able to capture the eyes of a DB and they're a step behind. Right there, Jaden Thompson on that last touchdown just comes wide open for a nice, easy throw over the middle.
10 catches between the two, Thompson and Brooks. Keller kicks it into the end zone. So Austin Peay, I'm guessing, will take a knee from their own 25 here. You would assume that would be the case, right?
Yeah, take a knee, get into halftime, recuperate. There's only 10 seconds left in this one.
Again, Mason Garcia, their starter, went down with an injury, got carted off, holding on to the right side of his upper leg. LaBelle right in the backfield. Austin Smith hands it off, right up the middle. And a 3-yard gain will end the first half. So total yards at the moment, total domination, lopsided by Louisville. 321 yards for them, only 82 for Austin Peay. And they lead 38-0 here in front of the home crowd in the Derby City. Halftime coming up. Taylor Tannenbaum and company will have the report.
Welcome to the Auto Owners Insurance Halftime Report.
Yeah, just a great job by Ja'Cory Brooks and Jaden Thompson running, eating up the space and getting on the toes of those DBs for Austin Peay, creating a natural pick route, and Tyler Shough shows why he was brought here to throw the deep ball and throw it very accurately. On this one, we're seeing tight end Mark Redmond run a nice wheel route and create some separation as well, and Tyler Shough finds him and his catch radius also at the tight end position.
There's Tyler Shough on the sideline. Keller will kick it off for Louisville, and Roman Copeland and Corey Richardson awaiting the kick. Keller over the head of Copeland, and Louisville will begin their, or rather Austin Peay will begin their first drive of the second half on the 25-yard line. Let's check in with Morgan.
Louisville quarterback Tyler Shough's day is officially done. Head coach Jeff Brom told me at the half, and they have 4 other quarterbacks on this team. Coach Brom said, look, we're going to play everybody here in the second half. But with Shough, what he was most impressed by was the fact that he played like he practiced, really showed that understanding and knowledge of the offense, something that he's put on display all of the offseason, and that rapport with the receivers currently there too. And Shough really prides himself, of course, guys, on that leadership. Now he's going to be leading these other quarterbacks here on the sidelines.
I am curious to see that leadership while he is not in the game. Orlando, we talked earlier about how he was very involved in bringing the team together during the offseason upon his arrival. O'Shawn Allison, nowhere to go there. He's going to lose a yard. TJ Quinn with the tackle, and the starting defensive unit for Louisville is starting this second half, even though Tyler Shough will not play in the second half.
Yeah, your quarterback goes out there, you find success. You're up by 38 points right now in the second half, but it's very important to get the defense in the feel of the game. Louisville this year is going to have a tough schedule, so the more you could act as if the regular season, the better off you're going to be. I like this decision by Coach Brom, putting his starting defense back out there to start the second half.
Allison drags Ashton Gelati for a couple of yards there. A 3-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and long coming up for Louisville. And this Louisville team, you mentioned the schedule, a little more difficult this year than it was last season. But they were in the ACC championship game last year, and that's the expectation. When we talked to Jeff Brom yesterday, he told us that's where we begin. We want to be back there and see where we can go from there.
Yeah, when you find success, you now become the hunted after being in the ACC championship game last year. There's no sneaking up on teams. They know what to expect.
Austin Smith, the backup quarterback, in trouble. Gets away for a second, but then taken down by Tramel Logan. Only bought time for a mere second. 5th sack of the day for Louisville, as Smith, the backup quarterback, as Mason Garcia is out, in trouble and taken down.
Yeah, Tramel Logan does a great job of just beating up on the right tackle for Austin Peay. we saw a wholesale change for this Louisville defense, where now Ashton Gelati ended up actually playing the 3 technique on that last one. Nice to see them working in that passing down package where they're able to get 4 pass rushers out there to really attack the quarterback.
Stallman, the punter, had one blocked earlier. High skying punt, Quincy Riley to field it. Making a couple of guys miss. Flag on the play, and he's wrapped up at about the 38-yard line. A 40-yard punt, 1-yard return. Let's see what the laundry's about.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Receiving team, number 42. 10-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down, Louisville.
So that one on Louisville. They'll be backed up. And Pierce Clarkson checks in for the first time as Tyler Shough's day is over. You heard Morgan say that. St. John Bosco, a powerhouse high school in Southern California in Orange County. And Pierce definitely looking to make his mark. The youngster, redshirt freshman. Keywan Brown in the backfield to his left. They hand off to Brown, and Brown met immediately there by Deion Hunter and Tim Alderman.
Deion Hunter doing a great job reading his keys and exploding and hitting his gap to make a nice tackle on Keywan Brown.
You know, when we were in our meetings, you mentioned that Coach Brom and company have a type with quarterbacks, 6'5", strapping guys. Clarkson, smaller, more mobile. Certainly a big arm, though. He matches those guys in regards to that. And we got whistles here. Timeout, Louisville, as they need to get reorganized.
The first of the half.
We'll take a break here as Pierce Clarkson wants to check in with his coaching staff. Louisville up 38-0 here early in the third.
And when I got there, they have the sushi like
Here's our first half storylines for Louisville, up 38-0 in total control. Unfortunately for Austin Peay, Mason Garcia, their starter, left with an injury in the second quarter. He's done for the day. And they took a timeout there, Louisville, earlier because their headset communication was not working properly. And Jeff Brom was not happy about that. Pierce Clarkson, the backup in there. Quick toss on a wide receiver screen. And taken down immediately is Chris Hughes in the slot.
Yeah, new to college football this year, George. The coaches are able to have communication with a guy wearing a green dot on the offense or defensive side of the ball. And they're allowed to communicate with him up until 15 seconds left in the clock. So great new thing for college football, but a little bit of frustration right there as Pierce Clarkson is now in the game for Louisville.
Yeah, it wasn't working there. We'll find out if it is working, but Clarkson in trouble and throws it away after Deion Hunter with the pressure there on the quarterback.
Deion Hunter from that linebacker position has been all over the field today. He has got after it and has played with no hesitation, showing some real quickness rushing from the backside of that offensive line.
Roman Copeland awaiting the punt at his own 25. Brady Hodges.
For Austin Peay. 14 is now 46.
As Louisville's ready to punt, it is Carter Schwartz, the backup punter. Schwartz, line drive kick. Copeland lets it bounce. And that one will take a Louisville bounce to the 20 as they'll down it there. A 48-yard punt. Tonight at 6:30 Eastern, the ACC Huddle crew will be back with highlights and complete breakdowns of all the afternoon games. So get you ready for the nightcap. Georgia State, Georgia Tech at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Then after the game, they'll have a full post-game show to wrap it all up. Give you all the highlights and analysis for the evening. Austin Peay out there with their backup quarterback, Austin Smith. And if you're Austin Peay, you're just trying to get anything positive here in the second half for yourself.
Anything positive, but anything to the edges. Don't want to risk any injuries running through the tackles.
And Malik Bowen-Sims taken down quickly by D'Angelo Hutchinson.
D'Angelo Hutchinson, coming from that free safety position, is able to read his keys, get down low, and make a tremendous open field tackle.
Second and 12 for Austin Peay. Play action to the sideline, complete, just short of the sticks to Malik Bowen-Sims. It'll be 3rd and short coming up for Austin Peay.
That's what you got to do more of in the second half. The quick 3-step drops. Bowen-Sims able to show his numbers to Austin Smith, and Austin Smith delivers a strike. Let's see what they do here on this 3rd and short.
11-yard gain, 3rd and 1. They hand it off, and Lavelle Wright is going to be just past the marker. They'll give him the first down. Let's call it a 1.5-yard gain there. Benjamin Perry brought him down. So Lavelle Wright, the Kentucky transfer, a Louisville native, getting the ball there and trying to get something going as they're going quick here and trying to create tempo. Smith in trouble, holding on too long. Flag on the play, taken down and sacked at the 20-yard line. A 10-yard loss. Thor Griffin, the Harvard transfer, and Jared Dawson, the junior from Tennessee, both there on the scene. 6th sack of the game for Louisville.
Holding, offense number 71. Penalties decline. 2nd down.
Louisville doing a great job of creating some mismatches up front, lots of movements, starting off the play with 2-3 techniques and just running TE stunts where the tackles become the penetrators and the defensive ends loop around. Great job collapsing the pocket and bringing down Austin Smith for a loss.
Ashton Gelati, the preseason All-American for Louisville, 11 sacks last year, checks back into the game on the defensive line. 2nd and 17. And Lavelle Wright has it go right through his hands. Incomplete. 3rd and 17, and I'm guessing, Orlando, there's not a lot of plays in the playbook for this one.
Yeah, if I'm Austin Peay, because of how aggressive this Louisville defense has been today, I got to get a screen up. You know that they're rushing hard. You know that they're trying to create sacks. They already have 6 on the day. If you could get a nice little dump to one of your running backs or a wide receiver slip screen coming back to the inside field, I think you'll be able to try to create an explosive and maybe get some yards off of that.
Austin Peay 3 for 9 on 3rd downs. They play it safe with a run here. And they pick up a nice chunk of yardage there, but certainly nowhere near the first down marker. A 10-yard gain. Antonio Watts, the tackler for Louisville, and Austin Peay will be forced to punt again.
That's a nice adjustment from Austin Peay right there, recognizing that Louisville has 2 wide 3 techniques on defense, run a nice inside zone play when they're in pass rush mode. I'm interested to see as the game goes along if they have a check with me type of play to get into that when you see 2 defensive tackles playing inside the guard and tackle in those 3 techniques.
Stallman to punt it. Isaac Brown will fair catch it inside the 25-yard line to the 23, a 44-yard punt, no return, and Louisville will be back on offense, leading by 38. Just a moment.
For everyone from...
We're able to get the victory on the road at Minnesota in Big Ten country. George Sedano, Orlando Franklin, Morgan Uber with you here. Pierce Clarkson at quarterback for Louisville as they lead 38-0. Isaac Brown, the true freshman in the backfield, gets the handoff, and he's got daylight. He hits the gas. He's going to go. Touchdown. 77 yards. The true freshman lighting up the scoreboard for the Cardinals. A heck of a block there by Victor Cutler.
Victor Cutler now in that center position. They run a counter play to get the big fellas out there in space, and you could see why this coaching staff is so excited about Isaac Brown. He gets into the open field. Nobody's catching that guy this year, George, and he's been handling his first game really, really well so far.
Extra point for Travelstead. He is up and good. That's the longest run they've had since Isaac Garendo had one last year of 73 yards against Virginia. And, you know, we talked about the fact they had two guys drafted in the draft, in the NFL draft. Jawar Jordan, who was very similar in build to Isaac Brown, and Isaac Garendo, who was a bigger back. But this young man, he's in that mold of those guys. He's got NFL talent, I think.
Oh, I believe so as well. You know, the big fellas, the linemen, they're always going to be happy when you get those big-time runs. You say, hey, coach, you know, you keep on running it behind us, coach. We'll take care of this thing for the rest of the day. But what excites me the most about Isaac Brown is because he's a freshman. He's a true freshman, George. He's only going to get better as the season gets along. More and more carries. It's going to be excited to see the role that he settles in for this Louisville offense this year.
Isaac Brown, 5 carries, 123 yards. Wow. You gotta be kidding me. 24.6 yards per carry. What a talent that young man is. Kick is through the end zone, and Austin Peay trailing by 45 with over 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. If you're Jeff Farris, what are you telling your group, Orlando?
Stay in the fight. You know, you want to continue to fight from the first whistle to the last whistle. You don't want guys to give up. You want to make sure that guys are locked into their assignment. Yes, you are playing a tough opponent. Yes, you are at a mismatch when it comes to the offensive line and defensive line. But I want to see my guys continue to fight for 4 quarters because we're going to have opportunities in tight games as the year progresses.
O'Shawn Allison, nowhere to go. Loses 2 yards. This Louisville defense, one of the best in the ACC last year, top 25 in pretty much every category in the NCAA. In the FBS category, they are stout all over the place, as deep as maybe ever.
Yeah, with the depth that they have created, they're going to be allowed to keep guys fresh as the season rolls along. So guys are going to continue to have a party in the backfield as we're seeing today.
2nd and 12, screen, and absolutely leveled. O'Shawn Allison takes a big hit there by Tavion Nicholson. 3rd down and long.
Tavion Nicholson, eyes on Austin Smith the whole entire time, and he's able to beat the wide receiver in space and make a monster hit in the backfield.
A 3-yard loss on that play. 3rd and 15. A steep climb on this play for Austin Peay. Smith changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Pell, the tight end, in motion. Inside handoff. Allison spins, but only a 3-yard gain there. Benjamin Perry wraps him up, and you see Perry excited to get the offense off the field.
Everybody's getting an opportunity. Everybody's reading their keys, locked into this football game. If you're the starters for Louisville, you got to be excited about these younger guys now and their opportunity to develop as this game progresses. And it's nice to see that there hasn't been a massive drop-off since sitting down those first teamers and now allowing the second team guys to get some reps out there.
Stallman to punt, awaiting at his own 9. The kick to Brown. He fields it, spins out of trouble down the sideline and taken down near the 40-yard line. A 48-yard punt, 10-yard return. Cinque Williams with the tackle. Louisville up big. Welcome back here to the Derby City. And you see the tail of the tape there, and it is quite lopsided in favor of the home team.
Yeah, you can see Austin Peay doing a great job of winning the time of possession, just haven't really been able to get anything going. Louisville has been playing how Jeff Brom wants them to play offensively, picking up massive chugs down the field.
And Austin Peay comes up with the sack there. Davion Hood, flag on the play as Pierce Clarkson gets taken down.
Personal foul. Face mask. Offense number 57. 15-yard penalty. Replay first down.
So number 57, MJ Campbell with the penalty. Pierce Clarkson again.
Correction, face mask penalty is declined. It'll be second down.
Penalty is declined, so it'll be second down. Pierce Clarkson at quarterback. His dad, Steve Clarkson, played for Jack Elway, John Elway's dad, 3-year starter at San Jose State. He's kind of a quarterback guru. I wouldn't say kind of, he is. And a nice catch there in traffic by Jaleel Skinner.
Jaleel Skinner, great job using those big hands and that big body frame to be a valuable option for Clarkson in the passing game. He snatched that one out of the air. Good, strong hands.
By the way, Amari Huggins-Bruce is in the game. Just transferred back from South Carolina. But Clarkson, his dad, as I mentioned, Steve, a legendary quarterback coach, has coached the likes and helped the likes of Ben Roethlisberger, Matt Leinart, Tim Tebow, Heisman Trophy winner Tim Tebow, and Gino Torretta as well, another Heisman Trophy winner. Breaking tackles there for Louisville. Keywan Brown picks up the first down. So he's had an incredible mentor, certainly, in his father, Steve Clarkson, the young Pierce Clarkson. Oh, no first down. He's going to be a yard shy.
Great job by Austin Peay rallying to the football right there and getting a 3 and out for that football team.
Austin Peay, roster player 14, 46.
So a couple yards shy there. The punt goes sideways, out of bounds at the 27-yard line. A 33-yard punt, no return. Our Week 1 ACC Network College Football lineup rolls on next with Syracuse hosting Ohio, and in primetime, Georgia Tech hosts Georgia State. We cap Week 1 Monday night with a Command Center presentation of Boston College and Florida State with 4 different camera angles and real-time player and team stats. Austin Smith back there at quarterback for Austin Peay. And LaVelle Wright, his tailback to his right. Smith dumps it down to Wright. Wright takes a hit. Short gain as he gets chopped down by Tayon Holloway.
The way Louisville has played defensively today, they've been able to play an aggressive style of football that I don't know that they're going to be able to sustain it as the year goes on. A lot of guys have been able to either keep their eyes on Garcia when he was in that game in the first half, or now Austin Smith, not really having to turn their back. So they're reacting really, really fast and coming downhill every time they see the ball leave the quarterback's hands.
Smith, 9 of 11, 43 yards, does have the 1 interception. Smith stands tall in the pocket, delivers on time to the receiver for a first down at the 40-yard line. Malik Bowen-Sims picks up the first down on an 11-yard gain.
This coaching staff is excited about Bowen-Sims. Let's say he has a high football IQ, and he's versatile enough for this offense where they could move him around to multiple spots.
Under 3 minutes to go in the third. Austin Peay trying to get on the board. Smith, pressure coming up the middle, and he loses the football. It's scooped up. Puryer rumbles into the end zone for a touchdown. Louisville pouring it on. A 20-yard scoop and score for the Cardinals. Forced fumble there by Tramel Logan, and then Ramon Puryer capitalizes.
Great job, great line stunt to the right of the screen. Tramel Logan becomes now the looper at the defensive end, and Ramon Puryer playing that 3 technique in a rush down situation, he's able to be rewarded. Right? You love to see that. You get the sack or you create the pressure, I'll scoop it up. It almost never happens like that, but I promise you, George, as a defensive player, you always talk about it. You're always hoping for that to happen.
Listen, man, big men want to score touchdowns. There's no question about that. So, that return fumble, the first since 2022 against Pitt.
Yeah, Tramel Logan getting the initial pressure, but as you see, Puryer doing the high knees, the big man getting those legs up to showcase some of that speed to get into the end zone.
The 5th-year senior, Louisville hometown kid, 275 pounds, man. You don't get that many chances to get in the end zone, so you're going to take advantage of it and celebrate.
This is what you want to see if you're Coach Brom, though. Can my guys go out there and find success when my second unit is out there on the field? So an exceptional job right now. This whole entire defense showing their versatility, but also showing that they're locked in and there's not going to be a massive drop.
Kickoff is fielded. Corey Richardson, the true freshman, gets across the 15 to the 18-yard line. This Austin Peay team, FCS level, won their conference last year, undefeated in the conference. They got a lot to look forward to after this game. They're going to be right in the thick of things. And they're a team that's come together very quickly with 34 transfers. For more on that, let's go to Morgan.
Yeah, guys, this team came together in the spring and set the goal to become one of the most connected teams in college football. And what better way to do that by training together at the U.S. Army's Air Assault School in Fort Campbell, Kentucky. They went through an obstacle course where Coach Ferris said he saw his players communicate more in that, overcoming challenges, conquering some fears of heights, guys rappelling off a 30-foot wall. Coach Ferris said he took part in it too, but really learned a lot about themselves and saw his team grow much closer. And the only thing he said that he plans to do differently is not waiting until June in the offseason for a bonding experience like this.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Thank you, Morgan. So, timeout there, as everybody was trying to shuffle guys onto the field. But I think, look, for Coach Ferris, waiting till June, I mean, he got hired and then had to kind of figure out a lot of things before doing something like that. But those bonding experiences, Orlando, I'm sure you can speak to that, are invaluable for a young team.
Yeah, they had a lot of guys transfer out, a lot of guys transfer in. So you're trying to put your playbook together and understand who you have on a football team. But anytime that you could get guys together off the field, it's going to help create continuity a little bit faster. And in the game of football, it's the ultimate team sport for a reason, George. It's the only sport that when you go out there, it doesn't matter about individual success.
Now, you're going to be cool with rappelling 30 feet like Morgan said, because you skydive.
Yes, yes.
But there were some guys like Jose Knifley, second team all UAC, was like, nah, I wasn't going to do any of that.
Yeah, you know, it looks a little high. I got an opportunity to rappel off of a wall while I was playing for the Broncos. And at first, I was scared, but I was a lot bigger back then. Since I've dropped the weight, I've skydived 16 times so far, George, and I'm looking forward to the 17th.
Austin Smith tries to dump it down to Caden Williams. Incomplete there as he threw it just beyond the outstretched arms. And here's some of those moments of them repelling. You see that Chandler Curtin there on the right, their center.
The big man, the leader of the team, right? Returning starter from last year, Chandler Curtin. Probably thought, hey man, if I do it, maybe the other guys will do it.
Are you suggesting a team bonding experience with you, me, and Morgan skydiving?
Oh, absolutely. I've been bothering you about that from last year. Is this the year we get it done?
I don't know about that, I gotta be honest. Austin Smith trying to evade the tacklers. He does, gets into the open field, headed towards the sideline, and pushed out at the 21-yard line. So they'll be forced to punt after the 9-yard gain. Jaden Minkins pushed out Smith. Morgan, what do you think? Skydive or no?
Hey, you know what? I'm all in. It's been on the bucket list. I think, though, Orlando's gotten to go in some really cool places, and I think the only places I'd want to go, like Dubai, Hawaii, Orlando, you've experienced some pretty cool places like that. It'd have to be worth it. Like, I need the scenery, the beauty. Bring it.
Hey, Morgan, I'll tell you this, too. When you do go skydiving, you're excited about jumping out the plane. Typically, it's a little bit of an older plane you go up there in. So you're excited to kind of get out that thing and see what's down on the ground.
Another block! Louisville's second block of the game. And they'll take over deep in Austin Peay territory. Dan Foster with the block for Louisville.
You're Coach Ferris for this Austin Peay team. You're frustrated because you got guys that are not moving their feet to pick up blocks. Louisville, continue to do what you're doing because they haven't stopped it yet. They haven't been able to make adjustments. I know this is only the second block punt of the game, but it seems like they're getting an opportunity every single time that Austin Peay is punting the football.
Kewan Brown recovered the block punt. Harrison Bailey, the third quarterback for Louisville, checks in. He hands it off on the right side to Duke Watson, another true freshman, getting some action as we're getting further down the depth chart here for Louisville.
That's what you want to do. You want to roll guys in, get some game experience. In college football, you get a couple games before guys have to redshirt. So the more you can get Isaac Brown and Duke Watson in the game and get a good feel and understand where they're at in these times where you're up by a lot, it's the better of a football team you're going to be in the long run because you're creating depth.
And there's Bailey. They hand it off up the middle. Plenty of room to run. Weaving through tacklers is Duke Watson as he gets down to the 7-yard line. Another first down.
Duke Watson, he almost hides behind that line of scrimmage. Low center of gravity with subtle movements. Every time he makes one of those subtle movements, it's almost like he turns to another gear and is able to pick up a massive explosive play right in the middle of that Austin Peay defense.
16-yard gain, Watson in the backfield still. Gets it again, up the middle, into the end zone, touchdown, and a little dance. Seven-yard score for Duke Watson. Louisville, 58-0.
Great job on the first big run right up the middle, but right here we're just running a simple mid-zone play to the right. He finds that daylight, explodes, and finds the end zone with a nice little shimmy at the end.
3 plays, 24 yards, 1 minute, 12 seconds off the clock. 7-yard score for Watson. The kick is up and good, 59-0. And that was Nick Keller on the extra point. So Louisville working the depth chart all over the place. At kicker, tight end, wide receiver, running back, you name it, quarterback.
Continuing to keep their foot on the gas pedal offensively. I don't think that they're out there. As you see, it's a different type of game that's being called right now by play caller and head coach Jeff Brom. But guys are stepping up to the occasion offensively by locking in and getting their man and being able to create lanes and creases for this run game.
Louisville, a dominating performance. Again, they are looking to set a different standard here under Jeff Brom. They think an ACC title appearance is just the beginning. And today they've had 6 drives that have ended in scores that have happened in under 2 minutes. Quick scoring, explosive plays, Orlando.
And getting all guys valuable reps. So it's just check, check, check. When you walk into that meeting room tomorrow as a coaching staff, you got to feel really good about what you've been able to put on tape so far. And you got to feel great about the direction your football team is headed. If you want to make a run or you want to build upon last year, it's going to take depth. Football, 100% injury rate, George. Guys get banged up all the time. The key is that once the backup goes in, that you don't miss a step. And right now, we're seeing Louisville is not missing a step at all.
17 seconds left here in the third quarter as the crowd is heading out to the tailgates. Hard run up the middle by Caden Williams.
Here with Louisville head coach Jeff Brom. Coach, what's impressing you most with these younger guys that you're able to roll in here right now?
Well, it's good to see a lot of guys on the field and get them action. I think they've all practiced hard and came ready to play. So it's good to see young guys execute and get an opportunity to play major college football.
Defensively, pitching a shutout here. What do you like about your defense's focus despite the score?
Well, we've executed very well. We knew we had quite a bit of depth on defense, and we played quite a few guys. So we want to continue to kind of finish the fourth quarter, let a lot of these young guys play, get valuable experience, and have some fun playing.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Morgan, and thank you to Coach Brom. George Sedano, Orlando Franklin, Morgan Uber with you here from Louisville. And he mentioned the young guys getting those opportunities, Orlando, and you got 2 freshmen who have scored touchdowns, 2 true freshmen in Isaac Brown and Duke Watson for Louisville.
Yeah, you could try to simulate a game rep as much as you want, but the reality of it is until you get out there and have to read and react, you're really not getting those reps. So great job rolling the young guys in right now and allowing them to get those reps on tape. So now you know how they're going to react in certain situations when there's a guy in front of them that they don't understand or they haven't played against, only seen them on film.
Third down coming up here for Austin Peay. Louisville 425 total yards today. Austin Peay under 100 at the moment. 9 yards per play for Louisville. Their last shutout, if you were wondering, October 28th of last year against Duke. They won 23-0 with Jawar Jordan. Had 163 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns. Handoff on the left side. And it'll be close to the marker. Richard Kinley with the tackle. And they're going to say, yes, first down. Took a second for the officials to let us know.
I like what Austin Peay did right there. You know, Louisville came out in a base 4-3 look and then created a reduction by walking up a guy in the end line of scrimmage to create beer, and they just ran away from it to pick up that first down.
Another handoff, this time swallowed up immediately. Caden Williams couldn't get far. Tackle made by Sadiq Clements.
They are in attack mode right now. And they know that if they get tired, all they have to do is tap their helmet, and DC, Ron English, is going to get another fresh guy out there.
Well, and that's his goal, right? He told us in our meetings that he wants to keep guys fresh. He thinks ideally he'd like guys, you know, in the 400 snap range during the season, 30 to 40 a game, maybe, if he could, on average, obviously, throughout the season.
I think every coach wants to do that, George.
Oh, what a stick there. Antonio Watts. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I think every coach wants to do that, right? You want to be able to roll guys in and out as much as possible. Antonio Watts does a great job of just keeping his eyes in the backfield and reacting to come down for a nice hit, not being blocked on the perimeter. When you look at college football, though, nowadays, George, the best teams are going to be the teams that have the most amount of depth, that are able to play a lot of players throughout the course of a game. So you want to do that, but there's a difference between wanting to and being able to. And that is guys understanding what they are doing and putting production on the tape. And Louisville has done that this afternoon.
3rd and 12 for Austin Peay. They fire over the head of their intended target, their receiver, DJ Carter, and Austin Peay forced to punt once again. Now, as we look at the ACC, I look at Louisville, obviously, as we mentioned numerous times, they were in the ACC title game. I look at them in a group of about 6 teams that could potentially be in the conference championship. And I think that's them. I think that's Florida State, Miami, Clemson. I think NC State is in that category, and I think Virginia Tech could potentially be in that category as well.
Yes, absolutely, right there with you. It all depends on the quarterback play. And the ACC, as we know, a lot of great quarterbacks are out there.
47-yard punt, no return. 59-0 here in the Derby City.
My name is Tim Grover. I'm a performance coach and
preseason media vote is regarding where the media in the ACC thought the teams would finish. Florida State had the most first-place votes, followed by Clemson, Miami, NC State. You see in there, Louisville right there, but no first-place votes for Louisville.
Yeah, the disrespect is real after a year ago just being in the ACC championship game. Got a lot to prove, and I assume guys are going to be playing with a chip on their shoulder this year.
Harrison Bailey with a strike to Isaiah Cummings, the Kentucky transfer, for a 5-yard gain. And yeah, listen, if I'm Jeff Brom, that's like poster board material.
Yes, it's all over the facility.
Yeah.
The more I can see guys, I want guys so annoyed, so pissed off of seeing that each and every week it's graved in the back of their head, and they're honestly thinking about it each week as well. Once a day, my mind would draw to that we weren't ranked, not even one vote for us to be ranked in the top 25.
Bailey finds a man wide open. It's Amari Huggins-Bruce. Welcome back to Louisville. He picks up the first down. Let's check in with Morgan.
That chip on the shoulder for the team, but really even, quarterback Tyler Shough, that was the exact phrase that he used with me this week, talking about the chip that he's bringing. This is a quarterback who's played now in his 3rd stop, and has never had more than 7 games in a single season. He wants to prove that he can stay healthy for an entire season. So chip on the shoulder mentality is being embraced by all on this team for sure.
No question about it, Morgan. And you may have heard when Morgan was talking there, the crowd giving an ovation to Amari Huggins-Bruce, who's, as I mentioned, welcome back to Louisville. Was here last year, transferred to South Carolina, and got back to Louisville here just before this first game. So that is the world of college football today. But I would imagine he also has a chip on his shoulder as a guy that can help them with Colin Lacey being out due to a injury. Colin Lacey from South Alabama, transfer portal addition, was supposed to be their big slot receiver. So Huggins-Bruce trying to get back in the fold here for Louisville. And Antonio Meeks with the catch there, just shy of the sticks. It'll be 2 yards to gain here coming up.
Like the easy throw for Harrison Bailey right there that Jeff Brom called up. Meeks is able to get up there in space. Right now you're looking at Austin Peay. It's been given a lot of cushion on the back end. So if they're going to give you that much space, you don't have to call a deep shot. You could take your time and get down the field and be as efficient as possible offensively.
3rd and 2. Handoff up the middle. Plenty of room. Breaking loose is Keywan Brown. Gets inside the 35-yard line to the 34. Jesse Johnson III brings him down. A 25-yard gain, and Louisville just pouring it on.
This is an NFL style of run from Keywan Brown. Is able to attack edges and make some guys miss because of it. Not a lot of wiggle to his running game, but he's getting downhill and he's showcasing that speed in the open field.
Keywan Brown, 25-yard gain into Austin Peay territory. Louisville has 206 rushing yards on the day.
Not a bad day at the office right there, George.
You'd think. There's Brown again on the left side. Gets it to the second level near the 20-yard line. Garrett Hawkins, the captain for Austin Peay, brings him down at the 21. Another first down. 13-yard gain, so make that 219 total yards on the ground.
Doing it as a team, doing it with everybody out there on the field. Wide receivers blocking DBs, blocking linebackers. Got to feel very confident with these young guys right now and how they're able to move this offense.
I want to get back to Colin Lacey, though, Orlando. Just a tough spot. You know, they expected such big things from him. He's such an explosive receiver at South Alabama. Quick toss to the outside. Antonio Meeks dives for the pylon. Nope, pushed out, though. Flag on the play as well at the 15-yard line.
Holding. Offense number 49. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
That one's coming back.
Yeah, they're going to get Chris Hughes on the hold right there. But, man, I tell you what, Jaden King, number 47, was able to stick on his block. He was about 15 yards down the field. So, like to see these young guys blocking on the perimeter for their other guys in the wide receiver room. Just got to get those hands inside.
Yeah, there you see the hold there. But back to Colin Lacey. He will be back this season. The expectation is it's just going to be about a little over a month or so. But he adds just another element in the slot to a receiving core that we see is already more explosive. We saw Ja'Cory Brooks from Alabama. We saw Jaden Thompson score today. And we haven't even seen Chris Bell, who lit it up in the spring game, right? Very little of Chris Bell. You're talking about a big, strong young man. 10 contested catches last year. That was 12th in the ACC. But this is a team that wants to build not only through the high school system, but certainly through the portal. And Jeff Brom has not been shy about saying particularly he wants guys with 1 year left because they have a purpose and a chip on their shoulder. Yeah,
wide receiver Chris Bell brings a unique skill set to this offense with speed and power. Talking with his coaching staff, they were very pleasantly surprised with how he attacked the weight room this offseason and even was able to change his body even more.
Yeah, he is certainly a big young man at that receiver position, 6'2" and all of 220 pounds. He'll be a name to watch all season long as they are very high on him as a playmaker. So between him, Brooks, Thompson, Jimmy Callaway, also a veteran, not playing today, but certainly someone with experience, and they'll get Lacey back later in the season. Whistles on the field as Bailey takes the snap.
Delay of game. Offense, 5-yard penalty, third down.
Time runs out, and there was John Noley, our lead official. You know, Jeff Brom, I know they're up big, but you know he doesn't love that stuff.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime there's laundry on the field, you're going to be upset as a coach. This is right now Louisville's version of the 4-minute offense. Even though they're still throwing the ball, it's curl routes. It's come back to the quarterback. So not a lot of deep passes down the field, but guys doing an exceptional job of blocking in the perimeter, creating space, and eating up a lot of clock here in the fourth quarter.
Bailey finds Brown on the screen. Back to the original line of scrimmage. Deion Hunter with the tackle. And it'll be fourth down, so the field goal unit will come out, and Travelstead will kick it from 39 yards. Travelstead, one field goal today from 30. This one officially 38 yards. The kick is up, and he splits the uprights. Make it 62-0. Louisville getting a lot of work for all their players. 5 more minutes to go here in Derby City.
I was the last athlete out on the floor. and I still have.
It was back in 2002 against LSU. Coming up after us at 3:30 Eastern on ABC, Joe Tessitore and company will have Miami and Florida in Gainesville. And then Monday night, Boston College and Florida State. Was a heck of a game between those two last year. Florida State off that tough loss to Georgia Tech in Dublin.
Yeah, expectations is that FSU football team is going to make a lot of adjustments after that loss out in Ireland to Georgia Tech, having a longer week to really dive in and look at their opponent playing on Monday night this week.
By the way, Louisville's defense today has been dominant, 13 plays for 0 or negative yards for Austin Peay today. And they have done it every which way possible today with these 62 points, Orlando.
Yeah, you come into the game, you understand that bringing in Tyler Shough, he's going to be able to throw the ball down the field. You're not expecting to have such explosive plays as we're seeing in the run game with Isaac Brown. Defensively, they have got after Austin Peay up front with line twists and games. The big fella gets one in the end zone. And special teams wise, you've got to feel great being able to block a couple punts on the day as well.
We have a new quarterback for Austin Peay, Jake Johnson, the grad transfer from Knoxville, Tennessee. Played at Rollins College. 499 total yards for Louisville today. And I mentioned their defense has been fantastic. 7 sacks today, 97 total yards at the moment. Have that scoop and score as you saw there, an INT and a couple of blocked punts. More on that in just a second. A run on the left side for Caden Williams. He's going to pick up 7. Louisville blocked 2 kicks, as I mentioned. For the first time since blocking 2 punts in a 70-7 win against Cincinnati on November 27, 2004. And by the way, there's more on that game. Louisville leads at the moment 62-0. And it's the largest shutout entering the fourth quarter today since they led 63-0 in that same game against Cincinnati back in 2004, 20 years ago.
2 decades later, getting it done the exact same way.
Two running backs back there for Austin Peay. They hand it off and nowhere to go on the left side.
Got to get downhill as quick as possible. If you're Corey Richardson, he's a young player for this Austin Peay's offense, but you got to get north and south as quick as possible in order to find some of those hidden yardage. The more you go sideways, the bigger opportunity you give this Louisville defense to come downhill and force a tackle for a loss.
Big O, after this play, I want to talk to you about your alma mater taking on the Gators, a game that you've played in. They don't play every year like Miami and Florida State, but certainly a big rivalry for sure. Handoff, staying on his feet, getting near the sticks, but just shy is Caden Williams. Micah Carter on the tackle. We have a player down for us. 3 minutes to go in this one. George Sedano, Orlando Franklin, Morgan Uber with you here. Happy for another ACC season here on ACC Network. Cardinals in complete control. Dominic Stallman will punt here for Austin Peay. Isaac Brown, the true freshman, awaiting the punt at his own 30. Had that big 77-yard touchdown run. Stallman had 2 punts blocked today. Gets this one off cleanly. And Brown to field it at the 27-yard line. A 39-yard punt, 0 return. Orlando, your alma mater, the Miami Hurricanes, have a new quarterback at the helm, Cam Ward. They're taking on the Gators in less than 30 minutes at the moment at the Swamp. You certainly know what that rivalry is all about.
Yeah, it's there's a certain bit of hatred that goes on when you're playing against another Florida team. But all eyes are on the University of Miami this year as Cam Ward comes in. He's going to have a lot of weapons around him. And this is now year 3 for Mario Cristobal and his coaching staff, which now the real judgment comes. Can you really find success and put it all together?
A lot of expectations, certainly. Nice run here. Trying to spin out of trouble there is Duke Watson. as he picks up 5. And yeah, Mario Cristobal, there's a lot of expectations on this year. They have certainly built well through the high school recruiting, top 5 class most recently, but some portal additions at some key spots. This is a year they expect to be in the ACC title game, perhaps win the ACC title game and get themselves into the playoff.
Yeah, you got to take care of business. I think it starts all with the run game for the University of Miami this year. I think their offensive line.
Timeout Louisville.
So timeout Louisville before our 2-minute timeout. So we'll stay here and let's continue that conversation. You mentioned just and for the ACC with Georgia beating Clemson, which was expected. But the Vandy Virginia Tech score, people weren't expecting that necessarily. Vandy Clark Lee has done a great job there. Miami, for the conference's sake, needs to get one on the board here because you have Florida State losing in week 1, you have Clemson losing, maybe Virginia Tech, who's in a tight one at the moment. I know Miami leads the series all time with Florida 29-27, but Miami winning a tough rivalry game on the road could be big for the ACC.
And what better way to welcome Cam Ward to the University of Miami than going down to the swamp out there in Gainesville and saying, hey, go get us a win, playing against an SEC opponent. So I think the University of Miami is going to be fired up. I also believe the Gators will be fired up as well. But I'm very interested to watch what goes on the football field here in a couple hours.
Pitballing off defenders is Duke Watson. He's in the open field trying to get the angle and gets pushed out of bounds inside the 5-yard line by Davion Blackwell. What a day running the football for this Louisville team.
Attacking edges.
That's a 2-minute timeout.
Setting up your block.
Timeout on the field.
A 58-yard run for the true freshman Duke Watson.
We're going to step aside here for the 2-minute timeout. A great run by Duke Watson. Welcome to big-time college football, young man.
Finished my chores. Ready for my allowance.
Deuce Adams checks in at quarterback. Their 5th quarterback today, true freshman from Austin, Texas, Vandergrift High School. Duke Watson in the backfield. And quarterback keeper there for Adams. A modest gain. Louisville averaging over 11 yards per rush today. 287 yards rushing, 278 passing, 564 total, Orlando.
They did it with multiple running backs in the backfield today as well. So it's nice that this offensive line has created some continuity, understanding how these guys are running, being able to blast open some massive holes today.
And Sam Valton checks in at quarterback, the 6th quarterback. Duke Watson gets tripped up in the backfield. So Jeff Brom getting everybody in there.
Trevor Hardy coming down from that free safety position for a nice tackle for a loss in the backfield.
Travis Egan checks in, a 7th quarterback now for Louisville as time is running down on 3rd and goal. Egan bobbles it, keeps it, tries to turn the corner and gets popped just shy of the goal line there by Jaden Lyles, a 9-yard gain. 4th and goal coming up. And Egan letting the crowd
pumped up
know that he was happy to be in there, gets the shoulder from his starting quarterback Tyler Shough, and that'll do it.
When you play the game of football, George, you're just happy to hit somebody else finally for the first time. It doesn't really matter what the outcome is, but you're tired of hitting your own guys each and every day. I hated it as a former offensive lineman. I think guys knew my moves by the time we had those joint practices with NFL teams or just coming into training camp and having to grind it out each and every day.
Jeff Harrison, Jeff Brom exchange pleasantries. And And a dominant performance, which is exactly what you wanted to see from Louisville today.
Yeah, all three phases got involved and had success today out there on the football field. Big plays coming from the offense, defense, and special teams. A solid performance for Jeff Brohm's team in his second year being the head coach for Louisville.
Tyler Shough gets his 21st start of his career, first at Louisville, and he's there with Morgan.
Tyler, in your Louisville debut, what stood out today?
Oh man, I was really proud of the way we played. You know, we played really hard, came out hot, and finished all the way through. A lot of guys were able to put up some points, and we're really proud of our O-line. They did a really good job. We got a lot of guys touches, so played really hard, and we got it done. Specifically, too, at quarterback, getting a couple more guys in. With your role as a leader, what did you see from them? How were you coaching them up on the sidelines? Yeah, I mean, they did their job. They did a really good job operating, taking what they gave them, had some good handoffs, good throws. So really proud. We're a really close unit. I think it's just got to keep it rolling going into next week. You've gone up against this defense all spring and fall, and what they put on and showed here today. What impressed you with their performance? Man, I know they were excited to go hit somebody else. They're doing a great job. You know, I think when you're going into camp, and you know you want to have really good success as an offense, but it's always encouraging when they're getting stops as well. And they got a lot of talent, really good scheme. So you know they're going to be really good this year, and they keep it rolling as well. Proud of them. Thanks so much, Tyler. Appreciate the time. Thank you.
Great job, Morgan. Great job, Tyler. Our final score here, 62-0, Louisville over Austin Peay. The Sights and Sounds brought to you by our incredible crew back in the control room. Aaron Snyder-Storen, our producer, Michael Ireland, our director, and entire cast back there. Great job, Russ DeLynn and Ted Kozak, our spotter and statistician. For Orlando Franklin, Morgan Uber, and our entire crew, I'm George Sedano. Thanks for watching. Louisville wins today. Syracuse and Ohio up next. But first, the ACC Huddle with Taylor and the crew.
All right, the Louisville Cardinals getting it done in their first game of the season in a big way. 62-0, but how about the countdown to the Fran Brown era up there in central New York? He takes over for the Syracuse Orange, and they get ready to kick off against the Ohio Bobcats in just a bit right here on ACC Network, and we'll have you covered until that one comes up. EJ Manuel, Eddie Royal, I'm Taylor.